Hi girls, how are you? Welcome to our second story entitled Moonwalk. I'll start with you the summary to remind you the important events that happen in the story. While daring each other to jump over or narrow valleys on the moon. Daring means adventuresome, make adventures with each other. Who did it? Jerry and Vern get into trouble. Jerry and Vern are the heroes of the story. Vern falls and hurts his knee while also knocking his battery loose. This battery he used it to breathe because the moon without air. The one that gives him air to breathe in his spacesuit. Vern sounded scared, but Jerry tried to keep calm and said, "There is enough air inside your suit for a couple of hours, right?" Vern leaned on Jerry's shoulders as he could not walk until they back to the shelter. Luckily, the boys are able to get to nearby shelter where Vern is out of danger. Vern thanked Jerry at the end for saving his life. And now we will start to revise the story elements. Title Moonwalk, author Ben Bova. Genre, it's related to science, so it will be science fiction. Science fiction is a story based on science. It often tells about life in the future. As you read this story about walk on the moon, look for the scientific information on which it's based. What's our big question or important question of this story? What are the risks when walking on the moon? What do you think the risks you will meet if you travel to the moon? When did it happen and where? The place on the moon, time during summertime. Who are the characters? Jerry, Vern, and Feather. What is the theme, the main idea? Adventures on land, air, and water. So this story talks about adventures in general, especially on the moon. What is the author's purpose? He wants to inform us because it's a scientific story. And now let's revise the high frequency words. Loomed, rel, rant, staggered, summoning, taunted, trench, tragic. First word, loomed. It's a verb. Means appeared as a large, often frightening or unclear shape or object. Example, dark storm clouds loomed on the horizon. So loomed means appear unclearly. Rel, it's like a crack on the ground. You know crack? Long narrow valley on the surface of the moon, white crack on the ground. Example, he tried to jump across the rel. Rant. Rant means small or young than usual. Animal, person, or plant that's smaller than usual size. You call a small person a rant when you annoy him and are expressing your dislike for him. Vern called Jerry rant during the story, but he was kidding with him. Example, my research owes nothing to anybody, least of all to a little rant like you. Staggered. Staggered means to walk or move but with difficulty, as you are going to fall. Walk or move unsteady, wavered or stumbled. Example, the drunken man staggered into the room. Summoning, it's a verb. To call someone or ask him to do something, or to call on your courage or strength inside yourself. What is the meaning of call your carriage? For example, if you scared of something, you will summon your courage and tell yourself, I'm not afraid, everything will be okay. Okay, this is the meaning of summon. For example, we were summoning our courage before entering the deserted house. Taunted, it's also a verb. To intentionally annoy and upset someone. That I mean it. Intentionally means I mean it. By making unkind remarks to them. Laughing unkindly. For example, mocked at him. Example, he taunted his younger brother. She becomes sad because other kids taunted her in the playground because she was fat and wore glasses. Sure, it's impolite behavior. Trench. Trench means any ditch or deep narrow. Do you remember gutter that's made because of rain? This is the same, okay? Or well, so trench like exactly well that's found on the moon. Example, the moon has many trenches that makes the surface uneven. Uneven means not flat. Or another example, I dug a trench around the tent to keep rainwater from getting in. Trudge. Trudge means walked wearily or hardly. To walk slowly with a lot of effort, especially over a difficult surface or while carrying something heavy. Also, when you are walking during mud or along mud, you will find it's so difficult to walk. Example, he trudged or walked with difficulty along the moon's surface because of the little gravity on the moon. And now let's use this words in a sentence. A large shadow loomed across the doorway. What the meaning of loom? Appear but unclearly. Number 2, they trudged with difficulty along the moon surface. I told you trudged means what? Walk but hardly. Number 3, they staggered as they walked on the rough surface. Staggered also means sway. Okay? They staggered as they walked on the rough surface. Number 4, he taunted his younger brother. He taunted means what? He means to bug his brother, or he intentionally upset him. Okay? Don't do this, please. Number 5, they saw craters and a well, a narrow valley that looks like a trench. Rail or trench are the same meaning, like gutter. Excellent. What is the runt doing here? Runt, I told you what? The small or young than usual. Asked pronoun. Number 7, summoning with my courage, I said. I raise you pronoun. I'll summon my courage because I will raise you. And now let's revise the WH questions. Who are the characters of this story? Moonwalk, I mean. The characters of the story are Jerry, Vern, and their father. What is the genre of the story and what does it mean? Genre is science fiction. What does it mean? It's based on science. It often tells about life in the future. Number 3, what is the author's purpose of writing this story? The author's purpose is to inform us because it's a scientific story. Question number 4, what happened prior to the father leaving the shelter? Prior means early in time. Dad told them to stay inside the shelter until he comes back. Question 5, why did Jerry try the jumps Vern did? Because why Jerry wanted to make like Vern, because Jerry didn't want Vern to know that he was scared. Question 6, what happened to Vern when he jumped the wide gully? Vern didn't make it across and fell into the gully. Question 7, what was the main problem in the story? Vern got hurt and his moon suit was damaged. Damaged means destroyed. Question 8. What conclusion can you draw about the air on the moon and about the moon in general? What did you learn about moon's life? I mean by this question. Okay? I learned that people cannot live on the moon because there is no oxygen. Right? Question 9. What event in the story supported the fact that people can do extraordinary things in an emergency? How did you know that people can do everything during unusual events? I know that because Jerry was able to carry Vern until to the shelters, and it was so hard to do that. Okay? Question 10. Why was Vern safe once he was inside the shelter? Why he's still alive until he reached to the shelter? Why? Because he has his own air supply and temperature control, so he can breathe well. Question 11. How did Dad probably feel when he got back? He was probably, maybe, angry that they didn't follow his directions and they disobeyed him. Sure, he becomes angry because they disobeyed him, but after that he realized they were able to get back to the shelter. In our WN we have only one page, 362. You will choose a suitable word. Sun shone into the narrow valley on the moon. Narrow valley on the moon is called what? Well, excellent. Justin walked with effort. Walked but hardly means trudged. Number 3, my brother picked out the unusually small animal. I told you small but unusual. It's called what? Rant. Number 4, Tina became unsteady. Unsteady means, or sway means staggered. Yes. Lisa mocked her brother. Mocked at means what? Or laugh at means taunted. Yes, excellent. Number 6, the thundercloud hung threateningly. Threateningly means appear but unclearly. It will be loomed. Yes. Here also you will write the meaning of this. This is a ditch. Ditch or a gutter is called what? Trench. Excellent. You are doing this when you call on your own carriage. When you call your carriage is called what? Summoning. Excellent. Number 9, you might have walked like this when you were tired. When you are tired, you walk like this. It's called what? Trudged. You might have walked like this after becoming dizzy or drowsy means staggered. Hope you grasp the revision very well, girls. Study well, please. Good luck. Goodbye.